Hey, hey, oh, it's your girl Zsa Zsa, and you are listening to Yeah, I Said It. Okay? Because before I take it back, y'all already know what I'm going to do. I'm going to add more to it, and I know you heard me the first time. Okay? Yes. Yes. Beautiful. What up, though? What up, though? What up, though, guys? It's your girl, Zsa Zsa, and you are listening to Yeah, I Said It. And before I take it back, I'm going to add more to it. And I know you heard me the first time. What up, though? What's happening? It's your girl, Zsa Zsa, and you are listening to Yeah, I Said It. It is Thankful Thursdays. As I say, each and every week, we have the activities of our limbs. We ain't in nobody's hospital. We ain't in nobody's jail. I am just... I be trying not to be flabbergasted, and I be trying not to feel certain ways about certain things, and I have to get myself together every single day. But if you're tuning in, you're listening to Yeah, I Said It, and before I take it back, I'm going to add more to it, and I'm talking all about, is it really love? Listen, it is Black History Month. It is Heart Awareness Month. It is Love Month, okay? And first and foremost, every person that looks like me should be moving in love, okay, appreciative to the giants of the shoulders that we stand on, whether you think you are standing on them or not. The heart that we carry, that beats in our chest, has been through so much, not only from poor maintenance, how we treat our hearts, health maintenance, what we eat in our bodies, and how we treat our own hearts. So this month is a combination of a lot of things. So we're going to dive right into it because y'all already know, yeah, I said it. And before I take it back, I'm going to add more to it. And I know you heard me the first time. Listen, share this video. Follow me on Facebook. Follow me on Instagram. Subscribe to my YouTube channel because you know what time it is, what's happening. I'm live on my Instagram, live on my Facebook. Listen, I want you to subscribe to my YouTube channel because I need you to. I need you to subscribe. So just go ahead, click the like button, the subscribe button, and go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel, okay? Because I'm working on some really great things for you guys for my YouTube, and I need you guys to subscribe so y'all know what's happening. Anywho, if you're tuning in, you're listening to Yeah, I Said It, and before I take it back, I'm going to add more to it. I'm talking all about, is it really love? So for those of you who don't know, I'm a mom. Yeah, I know, right? I had my son 17 years ago. This year, he'll be 18. And I had my son my senior year in high school, y'all, a high school student senior in McKenzie High School on Chicago and Wyoming. Who owned Wyoming? Stags owned Wyoming. And as I walked through those halls at 17 years old with a baby in my belly, nobody knew I was pregnant until about 6.5 months. I ran track. I still did pom-pom. I still did all of my due diligence and all of my activities and duties while I was pregnant. And I want to talk to you all about today, is it really love? See, some of us deal with a lot of heartache and a lot of headaches because we don't deal with ourselves in the appropriate manner. And so when somebody mishandles us, we're angry and we're upset at the person who did not treat us right because we mad at the other person because they didn't treat us right, but because we gave them our heart. At 17 years old, I thought I knew what love was, right? 17, you think you in love. You think that, you going to be with this person forever. And in high school, there are people that end up being high school sweethearts, and they go on and they do get married after high school, and they end up having children together after high school, and they end up, living this long, happy, beautiful life. And then sometimes it don't always end up like that. Sometimes You end up being in love with a person, and then you fall out of love with a person. And I'm here to talk to you today about, is it really love? See, when you really love a person or a thing, you maintain it a certain type of way. When you genuinely love people or the things that you say you do, you don't mishandle them. See, at 17, as a mother and walking these halls with a baby in my belly with my Letterman jacket on, because I ain't want nobody to know or see that here I am, 17 years old, a kid myself, the oldest of 5 sisters and 3 brothers, and I got a baby in my belly, and I'm a senior in high school. And the man that has impregnated me is 6 years older than me. He done been in college, okay? He done been through all the parties. He done did everything that I'm trying to get ready to do. But because I didn't love me enough, I expected for him to handle my heart a different type of way. See, what you all don't understand, in this month of February, you are going to have to do more than just show love about being Black history, about being a part of the culture. It's more than just putting out some memes, and it's more than just putting out some Black history facts. No, it's a lifestyle that you live when you are about being Black. See, I didn't just get to determine whether or not I wanted to love my baby because everybody else was disappointed in me. Because here it is again, I'm a 17-year-old young lady getting ready to have a baby myself. See, it made me wonder during that time frame of my life, did people really love me like they said they did? Because here it is, I'm 17 years old and I'm pregnant with a baby. And I can remember the whispers in the hallway. I can remember my friends not being friends at all. I can remember my mother looking at me in disgust as if I had a plague on me. Can you imagine a situation where you are looking for love from people that are supposed to love you and they mishandle you? See, what I've come to realize, we got to learn how to deal with each other a lot better than how we deal with each other. You know, we oftentimes mishandle each other's hearts and we think it's not a big deal. You know, at that time at 17, I was hoping that somebody would say, all right, little mama, okay, this what we gonna do. This what we can do. There are so many young people and adults for that matter, that are looking for somebody to just say, come here, come, it's okay. Let's get this, let's talk. Let's figure this thing out. Because when you really love somebody, and I'm not talking about because of they making you feel good and they tickling your fancy now. See, y'all don't have no real love. Because if your love is only predicated upon what somebody does to you and for you, then you don't really love them. See, a lot of y'all show a lot of fake love. Your love is predicated upon somebody doing something for you. It's predicated upon somebody making you feel a certain type of way. See, when you're a parent, there are going to be times when you don't like your kids. When you marry in a marriage, there are going to be times when you don't like your spouse. When you are at a job, there are going to be times that you hate your job. You have to determine, is that particular person or thing worth being mishandled? See, when I love a person and when I love a thing, I give it my all, my 100%. I'm not going to give or have ASS anything that I'm attached to. Because when I genuinely love a person or I genuinely love a thing, I'm going to give it my all. I'm going to give it my all. See, a lot of you all are mishandled in your love and in your relationship with others is because you are allowing a person to not give you their all. You want 100%, and this person keeps giving you 55, and you keep taking 55. And then you want to get mad because they have not shown up with the rest of the 45%. See, a lot of us, we want the whole entire picture. We want the full package. And when I would mentor my young girls and ladies of excellence, we would often do exercises where I would ask them, what do you want out of a relationship? Because we all want to be slim and thick, trim. We want our man to be fly. We want our lady to be boom, boom, boom. We want to get to the bag. We want to live this beautiful life. But what are you willing to change to get it? What are you willing to make adjustments to maintain it? What are you willing to work on and accept about yourself to help build that relationship? See, as a young mother, I knew I wanted to give my son everything, the best of me. And I knew I couldn't do it if my attention was divided. Now, don't get me wrong. To all of you who have multiple children, kudos to you. Wouldn't be me. I already knew in my mind that I could only handle one child. For all of you that are on mother duty and daddy duty and you got multiple children, kudos to you. Because you are going to have to share that love with every child. And see, sometimes because you have multiple children, somebody's not going to get all the love they're supposed to have. See, I know this because I'm the oldest of 5 sisters and 3 brothers. My mother had 7 children. 7 came out of her little choo-choo, okay? 7 of them bad boys. I'm the oldest. In our household growing up, my mother loved all of us. She loved all of us. But I also recognized that some of my other siblings needed more attention than others. I also recognized that I didn't need as much hands-on as my other siblings did. Just like in your family, you know who the strong siblings are. You know who the weak ones are. You know the ones that are opinionated. You know the ones that are very passive. You know the siblings that's going to go out and go get it. You know the siblings that's going to teeter-tot with it. You know the family members that's going to get up and rise up. And if you're tuning in, you're listening to I Said It, and before I take it back, I'm going to add more to it. We're talking all about, is it really love? See, my siblings and I, we joke growing up, they would say, oh, you're the golden child. You'll never do nothing wrong. So when I got pregnant with my son, it was like, oh, she ain't as special as everybody thought she was. And it's the same thing. When people genuinely love you, it shouldn't matter about what you've done. It's about what you are doing to rectify the problematic situation. Now, you got to be careful with people who don't deem a situation to be problematic. See, again, there are some people who don't feel like, again, this is not a big deal. See, most marriages and most relationships end because somebody is not taking somebody else seriously. It's like that man, that woman that says, you keep doing me like this, I'm going to leave you. You keep doing me like this, I'm going to leave you. And then all of a sudden, she up and leaves. And now you sitting there mad at the world and mad at every woman when she told you and warned you, you keep doing me like this, I'm going to leave. It's the same thing. We think that people are just supposed to just deal with our issues and our personalities and our hangups, and they're just supposed to be okay with it. But then you don't want to deal with another person's hangups and their issues and their challenges. See, we all want to be loved, and we want to be loved unconditionally, right? Oh, love me, love me, love me. But yet we love people with conditions. We love people based on how they make us feel. We love people based on what they do for us. We love people based on the circumstance. And see, I'm very, very conscientious of my womanhood because I know the damage that I could do as a woman in a relationship, and I know the greatness that I can do as a woman in a relationship. Wise women, they build up their relationship so that it can be strong, in their household so that they can be strong. foolish women tear it down. I've been both. I've been both. And see, there comes a time in your life where you have to make a conscientious decision. I want to love with all that's in me. I want to love unconditionally without strings attached. See, when I was 17 years old, I was young, hot, like most of y'all. And some of y'all ain't young. You're old and hot. You're old, hot, and itching. You're ready to get something popping and cracking, right? Sex is such a highly involved thing, a $1 billion industry, but yet we act so quiet and taboo about sex and sexual intercourse and fellatio and all the stuff that y'all are all doing. Your kids is having sex. If you got teenagers, 9 times out of 10, they having sex. Yeah, I said it, and before I take it back, I'm going to add more to it. Your kids was probably having sex before they got married. If they got kids out of wedlock, you already know they was getting it popping. Sex. Y'all will be all right. Got to learn how to just be okay with saying it. One of the issues that I had at 17 is that my mom didn't want to have the conversation because she didn't want it to be the reality that my daughter is going to one day be out here having sex. Little did she know, years prior, I'd already tapped into that envelope. This is why communication is so important. Communication allows people to get out what's in their head and what's in their heart. A lot of people hinder relationships because they're not talking about how they really feel. They will sit there and bite their tongue and go berserk internally about what they really feel and won't say a word. I mean, won't say nothing. And they'll sit there and they'll have an opinion about something. It's like when a man is asked, hey, do this dress make me look fat? Do this dress make me look crazy? And instead of you saying, I like the dress, babe, but you know what? I really like you with that other dress. That dress ain't really giving you that pizzazz that you trying to give, boo. Instead of us saying it, guys will say, yeah, you look great. Knowing that once we look at ourselves, we can be like, why did you sit up there and tell us that lie? Why did you and see, this is the thing, right? I remember watching Baby Boy and Jody, played by Tyrese, and Yvonne, played by Taraji P. Henson. And he says, Baby Boy, Jody say, I lie to you to protect your feelings because I love you. Protect my feelings, but don't lie to me. Yeah, women want to be protected. Women want to feel like a man is protecting her. And it's no shade to none of you lesbian gays out there. And listen, if you want to be a carpet muncher, you go right on ahead. But I want to be with a man because I want to feel protected. Okay? Now, I'm not saying that another lesbian gay or a bulldogger or a butch can't protect me, but there is a what's the word I'm looking for? There's a presence that a male has, whether he is heterosexual or homosexual. There's a presence that a man has that, although women, we have a presence too, but there's a presence that a man carries that a woman cannot. And I don't care how much in love you think you are with someone, you want to feel like that person can protect you. Not just in the physical realm, but in the emotional realm. When Jody said, I lie to you to protect your feelings, he was lying because he was protecting himself from being caught. And a lot of you all are in relationships that you don't even want to be in, but you would rather cheat opposed to tell the person the truth. This ain't working. One of the realest situations that I had was the reality that my son's father and I, we wasn't working. It wasn't working. And no matter how much I wanted a family, and no matter how much he wanted a family, it didn't work. We didn't work. And the thing about it is that when you love yourself enough You don't stay in a situation that you know ain't working. He beating you up. You got your baby watching you get beat up every week, every other day. Who want to live like that? That's not an okay way to live. Y'all worrying about your finances, arguing every week about money, robbing Peter to pay Paul. That's unhealthy. That's an unhealthy way to live. He cheating on you, you cheating on him. You get me back, I get you back. No, that is stressful. That's just team too much. We got to move every other week. We in and out of situations. Today we in love, next week we not. That's unhealthy. That's unhealthy. And I had to disconnect myself from people who think that that's healthy. I watched my mother get beat up every other day. Every other day. To the point where I found myself hating men because I didn't understand how my mom could stay in a situation and get physically and verbally and emotionally abused on a regular basis and expect us to be okay with it. I found myself looking at men differently because I never could understand how a man could ball his fists up, take his hand and slap a woman. I never could understand why a woman felt ballsy enough to get in a man's face and antagonize him to hit you, only for him to hit you, and then now you want to call the police. I never understood stuff like that. And anything that resembled it, I wanted to stay far away from. My son's father tried it one time. The first time he tried it was the last time he tried it. Because I refused to go through what I went through growing up. See, that is how you pass on generational curses. By continuing to allow the same thing from generation to happen in the next generation. See, I'm on my son's behind because I refuse to allow my son to be a prisoner in a correctional facility. I'd rather go to prison before I let my son go. And I put that on my life. Because if you're tuning in, you're listening to I Said It, and before I take it back, I'm going to add more to it. I'm talking about, is it really love? See, when you really love somebody, you care about their well-being. You don't want them to hurt. You don't want to put them in harm's way. You don't want them to feel sad or depressed or lonely or let down. See, some of you all are in situations where they don't love you. You are just convenient. You're a convenient leg, meaning sex. You're a convenient ear. They get to dump all their problems on you. You a convenient money machine. You probably coughing up a couple dollars every time they in a bind. You helping them out because you love them. Do they love you? See, if my son father really loved me, he wouldn't have slept with my ex-best friend. And I'm going to sip my tea on that. If he loved me. If he really wanted a family, he would have made sure that he worked on a family. See, when you really love somebody and you really want to work something out, you'll do whatever it takes to get it done until whatever you take is no longer enough. See, some of you should have been done with certain situations with certain people a long time ago. But the love, that love will make a fool out of you. That love and that loyalty will make a fool out of you. See, one thing that I've learned about Black history, and I'm talking about real Black history, there was a benefit to the things that they loved. When they loved math, it was because they were aspiring to be a mathematician or an astronaut. They were taking that passion and that love for something and making it applicable to something that was going to help somebody. Some of y'all just love yourselves. Y'all are self-centered. You are selfish. And nobody ain't told you because they don't love you enough to tell you. You're selfish and you're stingy and all you care about is yourself. See, Black history shows us that Black people cared. And not just enough when it was on a podium, not when the news was there, not when they had viewers that were going to pay attention to what they were doing, when nobody was around. Friends genuinely looked out for friends, not because it made them look like a good friend. It was because, no, I genuinely love you as my friend, as my sister, as my brother, and I want to look out for you as my brother's keeper. And guess what? It was reciprocated because that was the street code. Loyalty wasn't just a matter of saying you was loyal. It was about looking out for your mans. See, a lot of y'all say y'all looked out for y'all mans, but y'all mans are sitting up in the penitentiary right now. You ain't wrote them. You ain't put no money on your books. But when y'all was out there gang banging and slanging and popping bottles and making it rain, that was your boy. You couldn't get enough of them. Now you can't even get, now they won't even pick up your little 15-minute phone call. And it's funny because my brother's getting ready to come home in a couple weeks. Really excited because he's gotten on my last nerve, okay? And me being the oldest, because I love him, I'm going to always look out for my siblings that I love. Always. But the bottom line is that I love me first. Some of you all are loving people before you loving you. See, I was a part of this team. And because I recognize my womanhood, I also recognize manhood. And because I recognize manhood, I know when a man is trying to utilize his masculinity to manipulate a woman. And some of you women are so low, got low self-esteem. You desperate. You think ain't nobody ever gonna want you. If this fool don't want you. Like the foolishness that allows the mind to think of the things that they think of is beyond me. Because I've been there. You know, I remember, my ex-husband telling me, I got a master's degree. I ain't got no kids. Okay, we'll take you and your master's degree and your non-kid having self and move out of my house and go get your own place. Because a person will make you feel like you can't survive without them. Is that love? That ain't love. That's not love. When a person is utilizing manipulation as a form to get you to stay, that is not love. When a person says things to mess with your self-esteem and to mess with your mindset, that's not love. That's a narcissistic behavior. And some of you all are the narcissist, and some of you are laying next to one. Some of you are working with narcissists. You say you love your job. You say you love getting money. But you ain't never on time. You ain't never on time. But you say you love your job. You say you love people. Why do you mishandle them? Why do you treat them like that? Because when you love someone, you give them the highest adoration. When you love somebody, you respect them. When you love somebody, you show them. You don't just tell them. It comes with an action. See, one of the things about love and about loving people and about loving your culture and about loving each other and about loving yourself is there has to be some work behind it. It's like somebody telling somebody that they love them, but yet you treat them like sugar, honey, iced tea. They don't match. I told y'all in January, I'm not attaching myself to nothing that don't match. Your words got to match your action. Oh, you love me? Show me. Oh, you care about me? Show me. Oh, I'm your friend? Prove it. Because, see, I know what I'm going to come with. I got to be prepared for what you're going to come with. And see, everybody don't have the same intentions as you. Everybody don't share the same love as you. You may be looking at your friend as the best friend, as your home girl, and they looking at you as competition. You may be looking at that as your homeboy, and he up here sizing up your woman. Some of you all have given people your heart and they smashed it. I never thought in a million years that I would have had to argue with people who said they loved me for something that I didn't even know I had. But is it really love? Because it's easy to say, oh yeah, I got love for my mans until your back is up against the wall and you really got to show the love that you got for your mans. You know, it's funny how my son's, how my brother's, my nephew, before my brother went to prison, he had named his friends as, you know, the godparents of my nephew. You think they called? You think they ever sent a birthday card? You think they ever, you know, just said, hey, let me spend some time? No, you know why? Because love requires you to do something. And some of us are lazy with our love. We're lazy. We're lazy with our love making to our spouses. Some of y'all are so lazy when it comes to sex. Some of you wives, you wouldn't get cheated on by your husband if maybe you spiced it up a notch. You sitting up here walking around with your bonnet and your t-shirt on, your breasts look all low down and depressed. Adjust your bra strap so your breasts can sit up high and lifted. He up here looking at porn because you don't look attractive. Ain't nothing about you look sexy. And you mad because he over here looking at these women on the phone. And he ain't giving you no attention. Right now, you sitting up here upset because he cheating on you, but you sitting up here crust in your eye. You ain't got no lashes on. You ain't gonna put no lipstick on. You are hairy and funky. Same thing with the men. I told y'all last week, no real woman has a problem with submission to a man that's worth submitting to. She shouldn't have to still be telling your grown A-word to take out the trash. You saw the trash just like she saw the trash. No grown woman should be telling you, hey, honey, can you clean up the house? If I got to work all day, if I'm out here working on the grind, if I'm the woman on the grind and you here, why can't you? You waiting on me to cook dinner? Negro, if you don't get that pan and butter and make something happen, it ain't always about doing it the way we do it. It's about the thought. Women want to know, can you do this without me having to tell you? Do you care enough about me to handle me the right way? I just put my son out this morning. I said, get away from me. You get away from me until I'm done with my show. I told him yesterday, specifically, don't touch my stuff. I don't want it broken. You know what I woke up to this morning, y'all? My sugar honey iced tea broken. And you know what he had the mitigated audacity to say to me? I ain't think it was a big deal. What you mean you ain't think it was a big deal? If I just gave you instructions last night, don't touch my stuff, I don't want it broken, that was a big deal. Women don't give instructions on things if it ain't a big deal. Men, I need you to pay attention. Stop being so nonchalant and so callous to things that you just so duh. She gonna give you the hints. She gonna tell you without telling you. You just gotta be in tune with her to know what she talking about. You gotta care enough. Which brings me back to the question, do you really care? And if you're tuning in, you're listening to Yeah, I Said It, and before I take it back, I'm gonna add more to it. Listen, follow me on Facebook. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Share this video. That's all I need y'all to do. I just need you to like it, share it, and subscribe. That's it. That's all I need. That's all I'm asking. That's free. Free 99. Like it, click, share it, click, subscribe, click. 3 clicks. That's all I need. Say it. That's it. I don't ask for much. I just want you to like, click, and subscribe. That's it. And I feel like when you love a person genuinely, you really, really looking out for them, it ain't nothing. All she wanted me to do was like, share, and subscribe. Boom. That ain't nothing. She out here giving us free game. Why wouldn't I? Because let me tell you something. People that don't like, click, and share, and subscribe, I look at you as being a hater. That's it. That's all I can look at you as. Because if a person says, this is all I need for you to love on me the right way, and you decide that you don't want to love them the way that they ask, you are being disobedient. You are saying you don't care. You have determined that they are not valuable enough to do what they ask you to do. I remember one of my son's favorite movies. My son and I, our favorite movie is Karate Kid with Jaden Smith and Taraji P. Henson. She must be talking about me because I done brought her name up twice. Taraji, we about to do something, girl. I don't know. Anyway, it's one particular part on the movie Karate Kid where Jaden Smith keeps throwing his jacket down on the ground. Every time he come in, he throw the jacket on the ground. And Taraji P. Henson, she says, off the jacket tray, right? Every day, right? He doesn't get why the jacket is important. He don't understand that it ain't about the jacket. Yes, he taking the jacket off. And yes, he's throwing it on the ground. And yes, it's his mother making a big deal. Or does she see something that you don't see? See, when a person loves you, when they genuinely love you, and when God is working on them, they'll see something about you that you don't see. See, I love the movie, and my son loves the movie because he say, "Ma, that's you. That's how you be with me. That's how you used to be with me about my picking up my clothes and my shoes." I didn't nag at you because I wanted you to just be getting nagged at. I was training you. The Bible says, train up a child in the way that they should go, so when they get older, they do not depart from you. I ain't training no man, no boy to grow up to be a nasty man. So if you got attitude, because I'm making you pick up your shoes right now, when you run your household as a man, you'll know can't nobody come in my household and put their shoes all on my couch because I wasn't trained like that. See, a lot of you all live a reckless life because you weren't trained up the way you were supposed to go. And it ain't your fault. It ain't your fault. It's like in the Bible, one of the little boys, he was lame from birth because somebody dropped him. Wasn't his fault. He didn't ask to be dropped. Some of you were molested. You were raped. You were abused by people who were supposed to love on you. And now you don't know how to love nobody because you haven't dealt with that trauma, that thing that causes you to feel some type of way, and that anger and that hurt and that frustration because somebody dropped you and it wasn't your fault. Somebody mishandled your heart and it wasn't your fault. But it does become your fault when you don't deal with the things that you know are hurting you. See, if you're tuning in, you're listening to I Said It, and before I take it back, I'm going to add more to it. I'm talking about, is it really love? See, a lot of us think it's love because it looks like love. Some little bit feels like love. See, I didn't really understand what it meant to really be loved until I learned what I didn't like. I didn't understand how important certain things were for me until I got put in a position where I didn't have another choice other than to say, you know what, enough is enough. I don't like this. And I remember getting married to my ex-husband and thinking, I shouldn't have did this. I should not have married this man. And it wasn't because he didn't love me. And it wasn't because I didn't love him. I didn't like him. Yeah, I said it, and before I take it back, I'm going to add more to it. I loved him. I really loved him. You know, he was a God-fearing man, you know, go to church, you know. You know what I'm saying? He got all the suit, you know what I'm saying? He looked good, you know what I'm saying? He ain't no rapist or no weirdo, you know. Okay, he know a little scripture. Okay. You know, he ain't too much of a square, but he really a square, but okay, all right, you know. But I didn't like him. And I found myself looking at my marriage as in, what did I just do? Because I just got in front of hundreds of people committing my life to this man, and I don't like him. See, real love, it's no imitation. See, a lot of y'all like seafood boils, right? And it's like imitation crab meat. You know imitation crab meat from real crab meat. That's just like, you know the difference between a Kroger brand and a Save-A-Lot brand. You know the difference between a Gucci and a Poochie. It may look the same. And it really may have a lot of similarities. But it ain't that deal. And I knew I was in a marriage that did not have real love in it. It was love, but it ain't love. There's a love that you get when you get with somebody that you like. When you like them, you can't wait to talk to them. You can't wait to hear from them. You're not doing things that's gonna make them feel ignored. You're not gonna do things that make them feel belittled. Things that are important to them become important to you, and that's not just with a loving relationship between a woman and a man. It's with friendship. It's with family. See, when I recognized what love looked like, what love felt like, I learned to do things with love a lot more. See, when you do things with love, right? I talked about this Manifested Monday, just this past Monday. And I said, when you do things with love, they not hard. Marriage don't be hard when you're arguing, when you're doing it with love. When a woman and a man or a man and a woman are arguing, or you're in a relationship, or you're having a family dispute, when there's love at the top of the list, you don't have a problem with going back and saying, I offended you. I apologize. I was angry. You upset me. See, when you learn to deal with people with love, you can also communicate in love. See, when me and my ex-husband were married, y'all know I ain't got a problem with communication, okay? You gonna know how I feel when I feel it at that present moment. Ain't nobody about to play no games. But I found myself in my marriage resenting my ex-husband because it was like he was expecting me to be something that I wasn't. Now, and he was being something that he wasn't. Now, I love my pastor and my first lady. Okay? Shout out to them. They are Black history. But I ain't them and they ain't me. And he had the thought process. And you all have to be very, very careful of relationships that you idolize, because you can potentially sabotage your own relationship, right? Your own relationship by comparing it to somebody else's. And this goes further than just a relationship with the opposite sex or the same sex. I don't care. Whoever floats your boat, tickles your fancy. I ain't got a heaven and hell to put you in. But it's applicable to all relationships, including your children. I found myself, why can't you be like such and such kid? He always such and such and such. And I didn't realize it was making my son feel some type of way. You always saying that you wish I was like such and such and such. And I would be like, yeah. Because you just so nonchalant about everything. I wish you would make a big deal about something. But what I didn't understand is that the comparison that I was feeding to him was making him feel less than. My ex-husband wanted me to be like my first lady. And by all means, I'm nowhere near like her. Half the time, she can't even be like herself without somebody judging her or having an opinion about what she do. She just had her new little wig on, and everybody wanted something to say. Let that lady live. And I had to tell my ex-husband, you ain't our pastor. Yeah, you the leader of this household, but you ain't him. And to be quite frank, he way cooler than you. So you need to step your game up. If you ever think you're going to be anywhere near him, he got real Detroit 7 Mile swag. You ain't even from here. So at the end of the day, I found myself, I remember one time, y'all, I was sitting in my closet and I was like, I think we had just finished having sex. And I was just like, this can't, for the rest of my life, to death do us part. This can't, we got to part now. We have to part immediately. I literally was laying there like, I can't do this no more. I cannot do this anymore. And the thing about it is that I would rather spend a lifetime of happiness knowing that I am genuinely happy opposed to living a lifetime of fake love and unhappiness. There are so many people out here that are looking for love and they are looking for joy and they are looking for a little bit of happiness. I am not going to allow anybody to sabotage real love for me. I don't want no fake love. So when I do leave this world, people that loved on me, there's no need for you to cry. You know why? Because you loved on me while I was here. See, this is one of the reasons why when I see people and they die, and I just be like, dang, you didn't say all this stuff about this person when they was alive. So now you want to write a whole long drawn out paragraph about this person because they did? You gave this person hell while they was alive. And now they're no longer here. And now you want to talk about how you this, that, and the third? I don't want no fake love. Love on me while I'm here, while I can see you, hear you, and still know it's you. See, I was sad when my grandmothers passed. But there was a peace that went over me, a calmness, a stillness that went on over me when I got the news. I was sitting in the car with my other sister in my driveway when we got the call that my grandmother had passed away last year in 2020. I was sad because I love my grandmother. I love both my grandmothers. One of my grandmothers, we're a lot closer because we spent so much time together. And it was so crazy because when she passed away, I didn't find myself going berserk or cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I didn't find myself going into this deep depression or having these old weird, crazy thoughts. You know why? Because I loved on my grandma. I spent time with her. Now, we may have had some issues where we had to straighten some things out only because other people dipping themselves in stuff they don't belong because of love. See, when you love somebody, you treat people a whole different type of way. And my grandmother taught me that. She taught me that. I remember, here it is, everybody else making a big deal about something. And my grandma said, I wasn't worried about the money. I just wanted to know you were okay. I just wanted to know you were all right. And see, why everybody else was so consumed with this one particular thing, all my grandma wanted was to hear my voice. She just wanted to talk to me. She just wanted to know what was going on. And see, sometimes people that don't love you, they will hate how somebody else loves you. They will hate how somebody else cares about you. I had people hate in the way my grandma loved on me. She loved me. And that's because I loved her. And when you love somebody, you show them you love them. Nobody got to figure out whether you like them and love them or not. We sitting up here trying to figure out, he loves me not. Do he like me? Do he not like me? First of all, I'm going to tell you this. Although me and my ex-husband are divorced, I knew he was serious about me. Because any man or woman that's serious about having a relationship with you, a friendship with you, staying connected with you, with family, they are intentional about their moves. They ain't doing stuff to hurt you or to spite you or to displace you or to belittle you. They doing things because they love you. They do things because they like you. They do things because they care. And when you genuinely care, you don't want things to complicate your relationship. You don't want things to hinder the growth of your relationship. Everybody wants relationship goals, but you don't want to put in the work that it takes in order to get there. Those goals come with strategy and work. And you know what else? Some of you have challenges because you don't pay attention to repetitive behavior. See, my ex-husband did a lot for me that he didn't even realize he did. He prophesied over my life. He told me that I was going to be so much better in my 30s than I was in my 20s. And he's absolutely correct, because I'm having the time of my life. This is the best I've ever been in my whole entire life, in so many realms. He also said that, what did he say? He said, you're going to do some really, really great things. And he said, he said something, and I can't think about it. But, he said, you got to pay attention to people's repetitive behaviors so that you don't keep running into the same situation. See, a lot of us keep forgiving repetitive behavior instead of exiting stage left for the repetitive behavior. See, I was not going to allow no man to cheat on me. You don't get to cheat, apologize, come back, then do it again. Like, okay, first mistake, shame on you. Second mistake, shame on me. Okay, third mistake, am I retarded? Fourth mistake, am I dumb? Fifth mistake, I must be blind. Sixth mistake, I must be blind and deaf. Seventh mistake, I must be deaf, blind, dumb, retarded, and got low self-esteem. Because how many times do you need to be hurt? And this is what challenges me with people who desire to be in relationships. You say, I want to be with a woman, I want to be with a man, I want to be in a relationship. And I marry couples all the time, and I know when it's real and I know when it's fake. I've been doing this for over a decade. So I know when it's real and I know when it's fake. I knew when it was real and I knew when it was fake. I knew when I really genuinely loved somebody and when I really genuinely just didn't. And unfortunately, some of us deal with people because of repetitive behavior. You've been so used to this person being around that this is the only person that you know. Oh, I've been with this guy for 7 years. Or I've been with her since high school. Well, no. Y'all, just because y'all been knowing each other that long, that doesn't mean y'all were supposed to be together. And a lot of times you think, because of time frame, that would equal loyalty and love. Let me tell you something. There are people that I've known my whole life that I wouldn't even pick up the phone for. And there are people that I just met that have shown me more love and more loyalty than people I've known my whole life. So then it makes me wonder, what's really love? Which one is love? Is it love because I've known you the longest? Or is it love because of how you've handled me? I never forget, after the divorce and everybody was looking at me all crazy like it was my fault, only for him to turn around and divorce his other ex-wife. Now, what was the problem then? Yeah, I said it. Before I take it back, I'm ammo to it. But I never forget, it was one particular Bible study, and we were talking about not having sex before marriage. And I remember telling them that my ex-husband and I, we did not have sex before we got married. I was already celibate before me and him got together. I had already made up in my mind, the next man that I have sex with is going to be my husband. The next penis that enters my vagina is going to be my husband's penis. Not some random, not somebody I found off the web, not somebody I swiped left on Tinder, not somebody I met at the gas station, not somebody that bought me some liquor at the liquor store, not somebody that decided they wanted to get me a bag, not somebody that decided they want to take me out of town. No, I made up in my mind that the next person, because a lot of y'all have more than just sexually transmitted diseases. Some of y'all got sexually transmitted demons. Okay? You running around here trying to figure out why you acting the way you acting because you got all these spirits up in you. You got his spirit, the spirit of him, the spirit of her. And I'm going to tell you something. Yeah, I said it, and before I take it back, I'm going to add more to it. We're talking about, is it really love? And I'm going to say this because y'all know the show almost over and it's almost done. But I will say this. When you pay attention to people's repetitive behavior, you won't be confused or confuzzled about what they're bringing and what they're delivering to you. And I never forget when we were at the Bible study and we were talking about not having sex before marriage. And I never forget, I was saying it, and this young lady came up behind me and said, well, do you think that that was appropriate for you to talk about you and your ex-husband not having sex before marriage and his wife is here and their grandkids? And I said to myself, why should I care? Why do I need to care about their feelings? Did they care about our feelings when y'all married them? Did y'all care about my son's feelings? Did y'all care about my siblings' feelings? No, you didn't. You didn't care about nobody's feelings when y'all did what y'all did. So why do I need to care about what I'm saying in this moment? Because in this moment, we're talking about not having sex before marriage. And I can't say that about their relationship, but what I can say is he didn't put his penis in my vagina before we got married, because that didn't happen. So here it is. When you genuinely love yourself, you don't lower your standards just to belong, just to be in a situation. Listen, I love all 534 students that's getting ready to graduate with my son's class, but I'm not about to sit here and be abused. I'm not about to sit up here and be verbally attacked. I love me too much. I'm working on something right now. So if that means I got to walk away from this so that I can get to that, that's exactly what I'm going to do. See, I had to really figure out, how do you want to be loved, Zsa Zsa? And what does that look like? And I had to be intentional about loving others the same way. Whether it be a man in my life, whether it be my family, whether it be my work ethic. Because see, some people will be attached to you because you popping, but they ain't willing to put in the work ethic that you have. I never forget, a young lady worked with me with my foundation, and she said, working with you is like pulling blood. You damn right it is. Why did you sign up for this if you wasn't going to give it your 100%? I started this nonprofit on behalf of my mother who passed away. And it ain't your mama, it's my mama. And I guess you won't feel how I feel until your mama gone. See, people don't understand how important certain things are to you because it ain't them. It ain't them. Yeah, working with me is like pulling blood because I want excellence and I want it done the right way. So don't sign up for nothing if you don't plan on giving it 100%. That's why I can't stand a lazy employee. Why you come to work if you ain't come to work? You do realize this was a job. You came here to work. You ain't want to work? You should have called off. Don't waste our time. Don't waste your time. You know, I used to have employees that would be upset because I'm telling them to do work. You love the money, but you don't want to do the work. That ain't how that works. I need you to do what you say you're going to do. So in this season, if you're tuning in, you're listening to, I said it, and before I take it back, I'm going to add more to it. I'm talking all about, is it really love? So before you decide to say that you love a thing or you love a particular person, make sure it's really what it is. Make sure it's really what it is. Make sure it's really who it is. Make sure it's really what you want. See, some of you end up getting a bootleg version of love when you really wanted the authentic, original thing. I want 90s R&B love. Don't come giving me this 2021 TikTok love. I don't want that. I don't want that at all. Don't give me no TikTok love. Don't give me no compilation of love. No, I want my love to play all the way through. I know what I want. And you ain't gonna give me no less than what I want. Period. With the T. And I put that on Mary Had a Little Lamb, the Three Little Pigs, and Little Red Riding Hood. I put it on all three of those. Because you not gonna give me no crumbs when I know I deserve a loaf. I deserve it. I know I do. And when you know you love people the right way, when you know you've done right by people, you shouldn't expect nothing less than what you've given to them. I don't expect nothing but good friendships from my real friends. My real friends, they gonna be my real friend. They gonna be a friend. No matter what that looks like. My man, he gonna be my man. And he gonna love on me. No matter what that looks like. Yeah, I'm gonna get on his nerves. Because he gonna get on mine. We human. We people. But I'm going to love him enough past his flaws, and he going to love me enough to say, okay, it's a bigger picture. She getting on my nerves, but I still love her. And I'm willing to put the work in. Y'all want the sex. You want the fellatio. You want to get the head, the bread, and leave. That's all y'all want to do. Y'all don't want no real love. And then you talk about, why he do me like that? Well, you the one out here thinking you Meg the Stallion. You out here body yaddy yaddy. You out here thotty yaddy yaddy out in the streets. And you talking about love on me. How he gonna love on you if he had you, you flirting with him, you talking about love don't live here? Women were not equipped to be like that. So don't let music and false reality make you miss out on a real good man and a real good woman because you chasing images that you see on social media. Don't get confused, because love ain't always going to be packaged the way that you want it. I had to learn that although I want me a tall, statuesque, muscle-bound, intellectual, da-da-da-da-da, I got my whole list, right? This whole list that I have an expectation of what I want. I also have to be the very thing that I'm expecting from them. So if I'm expecting him to have A1 credit, guess what, ladies? I got to make sure I got A1 credit. If I'm expecting him to have a bag, guess what? I got to make sure I got the bag. If I'm expecting him to hold it down in the bedroom and blow my socks off, guess what? I got to make sure that I blow his socks off back. Some of y'all is some selfish lovers. All you care about is yourself. But that's it. I'm done yelling. I love y'all. Listen, until next week. You're listening to Y'all Said It. Before I take it back, I'm going to add more to it. And I know you heard me the first time. I love y'all. That's why I tell y'all this stuff. It's not because I don't want to love y'all. And it's not because I don't like y'all. It's because I love y'all enough to tell you. And see, when people love you, they going to tell you. Okay? Yeah, I said it. And before I take it back, I'm going to add more to it. And I know you heard me the first time. Listen, guys, my show comes out tomorrow. My TV show, Uncommon Conversations with Zsa Zsa, airs tomorrow, Friday night, February 5th. This is Black History. This is Black History. I am the first person in my family with a TV show, and it airs Friday. Listen, if you have Comcast, cable, it is on channel 90. And if you have a digital TV, that's regular TV with no cable, that is channel 15.2. Now, there are 700 plus thousand people that watch WHPR. And if you guys know anything about RJ Watkins, you also know that he is Black History. And so being able to be connected to that platform is truly a blessing. I am always looking for businesses and entrepreneurs that are looking to promote their brand and their product, to make sure that you connect with me so that way you can get you a commercial and you can get on the show. You know what I'm saying? Or if you just want to be a guest, because it's up there and it's stuck there, y'all. Okay? I gotta beat Oprah's record of interviews. And if y'all say y'all popping, then let's pop you right onto the TV. Okay? But I'm really, really excited. And it's a very, very new thing for me. Especially coming from the situation I just came from, when you have a person who gives you false hope. And there's nothing like a person giving you false hope. There's nothing like somebody acting as if they're going to give you something and deliver something and they fail to do so. And you got to be careful of that, because people will sell you a dream while you woke. Okay? And I'm going to need y'all to stay woke. And I mean all the way woke. If your spirit man is saying, something about this don't seem right, guess what? Something about it ain't right. Okay? Y'all stop ignoring what the spirit tell y'all. It's telling you for a reason. That little voice that y'all hear that say, that little voice that make you do like, that little voice that causes you to look at somebody something a certain type of way, don't ignore that. That sound, that voice, that feeling could save your life. Okay? I love y'all. Until next week, I will see y'all. Peace. Follow me on Facebook. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Y'all already know what time it is. I love y'all. Until next week. Peace.